A whole month has somehow passed since Prehistoric Kingdom's incredible ontogeny update, so that means a brand new dev diary diving into what's coming in the next big update because they don't stop. Next up we have update 15. Let's take a look. And we're going to start with a little bit of heartbreak because look at the babies! There are additional baby animations coming to a few dinosaurs that currently lack them in the next update, including this wobbly bobbly baby hadrosaur, which has more animations like the adults do, inspired as we've seen by the movements of horses. But in the way it moves and the way it lands, it feels so much more lightweight than the adults do because it has, well, it basically doesn't have bones at this point in time. So understandably. Either way, it's very cute. There's also a baby sauropod bounding happily around. Again, the sort of circular, jumpy animation we see in a lot of horses, but also modern mammals in general, elephants, giraffes, and stuff like that. They're both so awkward and gangly in the way they move either way that I really like them. They're still just getting used to their bodies in the world. There's more new animations coming. As we know, this also includes like threat display stuff that we took a look at last month, but we'll have to see more of that in the next dev diary. Now, last time we also got a preview of the Mimmus that's coming to the game as part of update 15, one of the new dinosaurs. And now one of those skins we previewed has reached its final 3D form, and this thing is looking absolutely beautiful. The curve of that tail fan, the way it sort of hangs down, you can see it hanging down over the tail itself, down to the sides. We've got those big splayed wings across the arms, the way the snout droops down at the front into that duckbill-esque sort of shape. With animations inspired by extant animals like emus, ostriches, and cassowaries, which I'm assuming this means this thing will go and slaughter all of our guests. Gally's been given an entirely unique rig specialized for the Gallimimus. Maybe we'll get Ornithomimus down the line, it can be used again for that. But this entirely unique rig is going to allow it to manipulate its plumage, just like the Velociraptors do. So I'm expecting some big outstretched wings, whether that's for a threaten pose, or for example, as with this ostrich, a bizarre mating dance. We can actually see a little colour dimorphism in this shot as well, with the lead Gallimimus, this one closest to the screen, being much more warmly coloured than the other three. It'd be nice if we could, control that a little bit ourselves. Keep that in mind. We'll come back to that. Of course, none of this really means anything if the animals themselves don't have somewhere pretty to live. And in their dedication of basically becoming a paleo art simulator, Prehistoric Kingdom is upping the game on Paleo Flora, with soon over 180 items of Paleo Flora being added to the game. We've got 4 biomes to take a quick look at today. This is the Mesozoic Coastal, lots of low-lying shrubbery for our dinosaurs to hide in, and towering trees for the sauropods to feed from. Same also goes for some of our smaller ceratopsids as well, a really pretty looking environment. The Mesozoic scrubland is much more sparse, but provides a nice open area for our Brontosaurus family to move through, and a good amount of dry, needle-like foliage you'd expect in a sort of more arid environment for them to feast on. Likewise, this travelling pair of Plateosauruses, and look, in case this wasn't coming across, I don't really know enough about Paleo Flora to go into much depth here, especially when the dev diary isn't providing it for me. It all looks very nice though, and that's really what matters. It looks like a realistic paleo environment. The Mesozoic temperate, I would say, resembles modern biomes a little bit more than the other two. There's been less of a sea change here over time. There's largely an absence of grass in these shots, as you would expect, with the ground populated with lots and lots of low-lying ferns especially. As shown though, these environments aren't just suitable for your Mesozoic animals, for your dinosaurs. Your non-Mesozoic mammals, your Xenozoic creatures, can fit in nicely here as well. Finally, we've got 2 new shots as well of the Mesozoic Tropical, which certainly contains some plants, doesn't it? Can I just say it looks really pretty and move on with my life? Because it does, it looks great. The environments do feel more suitable for the dinosaurs than the already stunning looking environments we have now, and of course it'll benefit your dinosaurs, make them feel homely and cozy and happier to be given the correct Paleo Flora, which will in turn have benefits for your entire park. Next though, we've got some pretty cool stuff. Lots of changes to the animal nursery and the animal creation process. The new nursery shows a wireframe-esque preview of the creature on the right hand side, an animated one at that. And it also includes much more detailed filter options. This little video that you're watching now is going to go through most of them, and obviously this isn't sandbox, a lot of the animals are grayed out, but you can now sort your animals with a ton of different filters. We've got rating, price, type, clade, biome, time period, diets, exhibit size, and even more. Lots more control and now much easier to build themed areas, since you could just filter by, say, the Cretaceous period and use those animals for Cretaceous era park, or you're building a little dedicated section of your park, Cretaceous Causeway, Cretaceous Clown, and you want to fill it with Cretaceous animals, just filter Cretaceous, you know exactly what to put in there. You don't have to go and research and or know things. You don't need to know anything anymore. It's great. From there, we can jump into animal creation, which now shows a real-time preview of what your animal is actually going to look like. No more guessing, you're going to know for sure now. You can change which animations it plays as you decide. It's got a static, it's got an idle, and it's got a walking animation. And you can lock or unlock all these randomization options. Things like the animal's maturity, like how far along the ontological process are they, their sex, their skin, etc. So if you've got all the options unlocked and you hit the randomize button and you keep going through and doing this with all these random options included, then you're going to get a huge herd of animals of different colors, different sexes, different ages. You'll make really diverse herds really easily. Finally, and perhaps even more excitingly, this has been further extended to skin customization. You can override basically everything, and that includes an animal's inherent size. If you want to make a gigantic herd, you can now do that. The hue of their skin and also the saturation levels. You can play around with the sliders until you make the exact animal you're looking for, or again, we can jam on that randomization button and make a really varied looking herd. This has been extended even further to include leucistic and melanistic mutations. So as you can see here, you can control just how much of these effects impact your dinosaur's skin. You can now make a herd of 100% leucistic animals, or have a herd that clearly has that leucistic gene, but it's maybe not all 100%. Maybe your new, younger, later generation dinosaurs have more of the leucism in there. You can now control that for yourself and make it happen. You can tell a story with how you play with this skin system. Either way, you've now got an incredible level of control over the customization of every single dinosaur, or as I say, just hit random and don't think about it, you know? Just get lots of variety. That's it for today. It's not a particularly long dev diary as the dev diaries go, but these new nursery updates in particular look really promising for the game, adding another level to the depth of just overall quality, and my first step in breeding an army of ghost dinosaurs for a haunted park. And wait, that's actually quite a fun idea. Let me just write that down somewhere. If you like the look of this, yet another incredible free update on the way, and of course we just got a gigantic one the other month. Remember, you can pick up Prehistoric Kingdom on Steam at the link down below in the description, or boot up your Steam and just search Prehistoric Kingdom. I don't want to talk about why we've not been playing the game because I go through it every single month. It is just a matter of time at this point in time. The game is fantastic and I do definitely want to bring more content on it. I just need to find space in my life at the moment, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Thank you very much for joining me. Throw me a like if you enjoyed the video. Stick around for more Prehistoric Kingdom and general dinosaur nonsense, and I'll see you lovely folks very soon. Cheers myself as always. Bye-bye.